Yo, what's up? Couple commercial to play and we'll be right out here with you with Ted Davies.
Author Cindy Kepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kepp at CKOEPP.com today.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
The City of Prosperity. Riches for some, but for the masses, scraping by is all they can do. Meet Bitna. It's a rough life, with an even harder reality. Living in the roughest part of town, it looks impossible to make it big. But maybe she will find it in a simple dress. The Radiant Sight, a new romance story by Martin Fisher, now on Indiegogo.
When they mined an area, they put down yellow tape right across that line. See? And if you walk on the wrong side of that yellow tape, you blow up.
Strange Tales 136, I remember it very clearly, and that was my first exposure to Kirby. And I wanted to show it to people.
Yo, 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 what's happening? Welcome to Monday Madness Part 2. What the hell's going on here?
What's going on, Pops?
I'm going to need 2 Mondays a week or something, man. I don't know what's going on around here. It's like now I changed my show from, the prime time down to 4 o'clock so that I'd have clear airwaves,
Right.
less people out there to take up all the viewers,
Sure. Right. Understandable.
So, and I still don't have enough time. We have 4 people on earlier.
That's all good.
I got 2 more I got to talk to before the night's over. I got you and Krysta Crawford.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And
yeah, Krista's great.
I know you guys are acquainted, so I was going to make sure that you got to say hi to her before you check out, or you're more than welcome to hang out.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll see what the time.
If you want.
We'll see where we're at with time and everything. I don't want to steal her thunder, man. She's awesome. She's got a great campaign.
What I'm saying. It's like when it comes to, I'd invite her right out here right now while we're talking about your stuff, just because I like all the extra interaction.
Yeah,
you never know where it can
lead. You know how we all support each other, so it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. So yeah.
It can lead to some cool stuff in the future when you let these people talk to each other, man.
I know. Well, that's how we met. I mean, we ended up meeting that way, and Brian K. Morris and everything. And that's it. So
that's what I'm saying. What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? How you doing, man?
In the chat. Now, we went through Grimm 1.
Yes.
We went through Fulfillment. We dove right into Grimm 2.
Yes.
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Good. We're in the final stretch, man. We're 5 days tomorrow. So yeah, things are going good. We're about $278 from funding. So that's where we're at. So things aren't too shabby.
278 away with 5 days to go. Let's pull this thing up. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too shabby. So I'll take it.
22. Look at that.
Yeah.
And again, 41 backers. What's up today with 41 backers?
I don't know. It's bizarre.
That's what Lucifer had. He had 41 backers on his book. It's like, yo.
I think it might be just everybody, because there's so many. There's so many Kickstarters right now, and it's probably people are maxed out, and I understand that. So just a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
There are so many great. Look, if you saw last weekend, just Rom-Com.
Yeah.
There are so many great books out there right now.
I was watching all day. It was crazy. Yeah.
It was like just one after another for 3 days straight, man. And we're having a good time. We're definitely even you. I mean, dude. How do you find time to create with all the shows you're doing?
You just got to space it out. You've got a schedule and you got to stick to it. That's it. If you don't have a schedule, you're not going to be successful, even if it's all-nighters, whatever. I mean, you have to get it down to, okay, you've got 4 hours here, you got 2 hours here. You've got to do that.
Because you're killing the shows too. You're out there. You got Drinking with the Davies. You're out there with Truth Mongers.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what Ted's got going on, go subscribe to his channel, man.
Thank you.
Davies Artistry right here on YouTube. He's got a whole bunch of different stuff going on all the time. It's cool as hell. And that's, that was one of the reasons I wanted to have you out and make sure that you had a good hour.
Thank you.
I don't just want to talk about the books. I want to make sure people know what other shows you have to offer, what kind of entertainment value there is to hanging out with Ted.
We try. We try. Well, the big thing is, it's just like with what you do. You support other people. That's the rub. So whatever I'm doing, it's always to show you the journey that I'm on, show you that you can do this too, and show you that you can be better than we were yesterday. That's it. And that's why I have the time to do it. Because I'm thinking about the other person. Of course, I'm doing my own thing. Of course, I'm building my own brand. I'm building my own books. And Drinking with the Davies isn't even my show. It's my wife's show. She's actually the one that runs it. I'm just like spoon boy or ice boy for right. I have to make sure, make sure it's not poison.
Try this, honey.
That's right.
Try this, honey.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys watch it, you'll see the history of all the drinks that we make. The background. and she's awesome. She knows, she does a really great job of it. So Chris is, props to her. She really knocks it out of the park. So I'm just
Yes,
more so running the StreamYard, trying to make sure it works. But yeah, I mean, it's been busy. It's been a busy year, but if I want to make sure, like I've partnered up with Glenn B. Fleming. He's dynamite. The Truth Mongers idea was
yes,
great, where we changed the conspiracy theories into common sense approaches to it, so you don't freak out, and then we really
right.
look at the evidence for what it is. And that's Wednesday night, 7:00, and it's a great thing because a lot of people get concerned about UFOs, and they got legitimate concerns. A lot of things, from ghosts to conspiracy theories about Nazis, all kinds of things, and it's fun to show. It's okay to be lighthearted about things a little bit, but we showed the exact evidence. Okay, this is where it's at. What do you think? And that's where we leave
Yeah,
it. And then we have other people discuss it. We don't try to scare people. And we're not experts. We're just showing what I mean? We're just showing our
right,
perspective on it. And
right.
Glenn's terrific. Glenn's the man. I really love that guy. He's superb. Just a really good guy.
Yeah,
Um,
I do too.
we but yeah, we just launched the new From the Trenches of Hollywood podcast with the guy that's doing the adaptation of my book Retrieve, Craig Hall, the producer out in California, and that started last Friday. So you guys need to check that out on Ted Davies Artistry YouTube or on Spotify. From the Trenches of Hollywood. We're on Instagram. Yeah, there's a lot there, and it basically goes through. We're showing a little the inside scoop on Hollywood and how it works. He's been a veteran scriptwriter for 30 years. He's developing my book Retrieve into a live action movie now. So they're working on that. That's why I was out in California about a month ago. And we're actually in talks right now with Grim 101 as an episodic launch. We're talking about developing that into episodes like you would with Netflix, that kind of thing. So that's in the works now. So things are going really,
Since
really
you
well.
brought it up,
Yeah.
would you rather share it and scroll through it, or do you want me
No,
to
you go
stumble
do it.
around
You
it?
do it. You do it, man. You do it at your leisure. We'll just talk about it, and everybody can go on and see the video as they're at their leisure. If you don't want to play it, you don't have to. You just figure out. You
Oh,
guys.
well, like I said, we got.
Hmm.
That's why I made sure we had time. We will
All right.
definitely show it.
Yeah.
Mainly though, first off, I want you to explain to people
The
what
concept of it all.
all part of this is yours. Is it all
Yeah.
yours? Is it? Do you
Yeah.
have people working with you? What's going on?
So I write all my own material. I draw all my own stuff. I color everything. So it's pretty much a one-stop shop. I do have
All right,
I have a campaign manager on my
right.
Kickstarters, Lisa Malone Management. So I definitely recommend her if you're looking to have a campaign, but you don't really know where things are going or how to do it all, and you don't want to update stuff and you just don't have time. I don't have the time to do it. So it makes me feel better knowing I've got a professional behind the scenes that can handle all of it. And she does both of them. She did both of my campaigns for Grim, Dynamite, just Dynamite, and definitely worth the investment.
Yeah, she's one of the very few campaign managers that
Yes.
I see results from. That I like the way she operates, how she markets.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not out there marketing, and if you're not getting these people on all the shows and getting them seen and all that, I mean,
Yeah,
you're
she
not
and
serving them well.
she can
She
handle
does
kind
a
of
good
a
job. Yeah,
cafeteria thing. She'll go. You can go with all of the stuff that she offers, or just you can
yep,
pick and choose what you need, and then
right.
she'll tune it to what you need. So yeah, just dynamite. So I can't recommend her enough. But in any case, I try to. Where do you want me to go? I don't want to give you. You just tell me how you want me to discuss it. I've
Well,
got my
we're,
prefaces, my
how about we do
synopsis.
how about we do a synopsis of book one,
Sure. So
and
Grim,
then
yeah,
we dive into where the story continues here.
sure. So Grim, what I did was I wanted a smaller book. I wanted it so that people. I'm going to bring the other two books up here. I wanted it so that it's a memoir. It's based on a guy or a being that's in a cemetery. And we've all been to a cemetery and we've kind of felt anxious or felt, just not right. Whether we're grieving or it's just anxiety or whatever. And I had that since I was a little kid. And I thought about it as I got older. I'm like, what if it's somebody's job that makes you feel like that? And that's kind of how Grim 101 came about. I figured I did some studying on what a grim is in a cemetery, And if you guys want to check it out, check out the mythology of a Grimm and everything. But it's basically a person or a thing that makes you feel dread, in a space. And they're supposed to protect the cemetery, but also make you feel very uncomfortable when you're there, the living at least. And so Grimm 101, I'll just throw that up there. You don't have to bring it up to full screen. This is the first book here. Grimm 101, book 1. And there's Jim there. And then this is the hardback. But it gives you an idea of his memoir. So you've got, it's a perspective of why he's there. He doesn't know why he's there. First off, he woke up there and he floats around, and he's not a human being. He's a being, but we're not sure what he is yet. And he finds a book on the cemetery floor, and he picks it up, and it says Grimm 101. And it's a manual of how to be a Grimm in a cemetery. It's basically a job manual, vocational manual.
It's a school book, man.
Right. And we've all been there, right? We've all had jobs that we just didn't like, or we get the manuals. It's like, Jesus, I have to go through this. And he's stuck. He doesn't know where he's from, doesn't know who he is. Nobody's ever seen him or heard him. They can't hear him or see him, but they can feel his presence around him. And one thing, he's terrible at his job. He makes people feel better when they're in the cemetery coming to visit their loved ones. And people start really appreciating that. They come in, they have picnics, and as he's been there 150 years. So he's kind of this observer. And that's
so he turned the cemetery into a party spot.
Kind of. But as
I've done that. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, right. But as time rolls on, people move away, and people forget about that cemetery. Their families move on, and they don't know about their ancestors and that kind of thing. And it's an old cemetery from way, way back, and people just haven't gone to it. So he's been by himself, and all of a sudden, he notices there's a woman that bought the caretaker's cottage next door, and he's intrigued. And the first book ends with her seeing him and hearing him. And that's where the second book springs up. The second book is a memoir about Gwendolyn, and it's her perspective on things, of how she sees Jim, the Grimm, and how her life is, and what she's gone through and what she's got to deal with, and there's a lot of things in her life that she's not real happy with, and she's in a time in her life that Jim just happens to be there, and it's a very interesting thing. She's kind of a Pinterest witch, so she thinks that she summoned him. So he's like, no, that's not what's going on, and she's thinking like maybe he's here to help me out and do my bidding. He's like, no, that's not what's happening. So there's a little bit of a comedy there, but it's a dark comedy, and it's about community a little bit. And yeah, it's a really interesting dynamic, but that's the second book is based on Gwen's viewpoint of things. And we're doing the first two books in memoir setting. So that looks like a journal. And then the third and the fourth book of the series will be more of the way that the story develops between these two characters and what happens, encompasses. And ultimately, hopefully we find out why Jim's there and where he came from. And so that's where it's at. So the story is the second book is the memoir of Gwen, and it goes through pretty extensively about her. And it's bigger than book one because obviously she has a lot to say. so she's got there's a lot of things to learn about her.
Probably a lot more to say than he does. He doesn't know who he is, where he came
exactly
from.
right.
All right, so there it is. Gwen, her first glimpse of what was Invisible Jim. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this tells her story. So
yep. And I wanted it to have it builds character interest, but it builds the character itself. You're reading a journal of a character, and makes it really personal, right? So, and I think it's just a better way to do it. So, and that's what I wanted to do. And I'm trying to experiment a bit. It's not a comic book. It's not a illustrated novella. I don't know what it is. It's a hybrid book, and it's just my watercolor works very just me. It's very much an art book, but it's also it's a really thought out story. So I hope everybody likes it. A little dark. It gets pretty dark sometimes, but. And then we've got some updates of color. I start out with a lot of my hues, just the regular watercolor hues, and then I add color as we go throughout the campaign. And you'll see some of that development on there. And then we've got a review tier, reward tiers. This is pretty general. You can have You go into the hardback. The hardback, actually, we changed the color on Gwendolyn's hardback version
Right.
to a slight green because it's more, we figured that would be it. And that was actually Lisa's idea, which I think is a dynamite idea. We offer a package for the soft cover with the print that's $25. And then we offer the hardback with the print. Again, it's a front cover of the soft cover book, but it's not badged. It doesn't have any text on it. Then we offer a catch-up, the Morticians, a catch-up tier so that you can purchase the first book, soft cover, and the second book, soft cover, and a print as well. And I can sign all these too. Just let me know. Just let me know along what you want. And then we've got the hardcover, soft cover version as well. You can get that on the one below. There you go. So then you've got the hardcover, soft cover, and the print. We're just kind of going through it. We wanted to give different options to people because there's going to be certain options people want for whatever reason. So, and then we've got the first and second hardcovers with the prints as well. And I can sign those on the inside covers or I can make them out to whoever if you're looking for that for a purchase for a gift. We also offer the retailer pack. That was really important. We had we have a very good relationship with a lot of retailers, and I want to make sure we honored them. So, hey, Michaela. So that's what we're looking at. So the first one with the soft covers will be 5 books, book 2, and 5 of the prints as well. And I don't know, I can't read the pricing on that. I apologize. It's a little bit. Let me zoom in on that a little bit here. Hold on a second. Okay, $50. Sorry, I thought it was 50. And then if you go back, there we go, the retailer pack with book 1 and 2, the bundle 2, actually, the one right below. There you go. Book 1 and 2, plus the 5 prints as well. That's $100. And again, those can all be signed and then delivered. We have to add shipping, but we can deliver those as well. And then the next one. Yeah,
I will say though, Ted, that most retailers don't really care about the stretch goals. Maybe one print to put up or poster to put up in the window or something at their store.
What we've been doing a lot of them with is they've been adding them to the packet, so they'll sell it as a package deal. And that's kind of cool. I like that. So if you're buying them, and they're all signed, and that was because it's the first run. I'm with you on that though. I'm with you. I usually would just give a book to that's what I was thinking too. But
they're so scared of how the books arrive in the first place.
Yeah, right.
They're like, don't throw all that stuff in the box with the books, please.
Everything I ship is in Gemini mailer, so I make sure it's always going to be in good shape. Probably tape too much. It'll all be bag and boarded as well. Everything.
Yeah.
So the prints are actually not boarded, but they're all bagged as well. So the $200 tier, you'll actually get two pieces of interior art, and those are in color, as well as the book. And that's actually been pretty good. I think we've got one person that already purchased that. The caretaker and associate producer package, you get both 1 and 2 hardcovers, plus the print, plus the soft cover 1 and 2, and you get the 9x12 original art by me, and you'll end up getting the figure, the custom figure that we've had done by O Toys, which has actually been we're selling the heck out of it right now. We're working on the one right now. I'm not quite done with it yet, but the colors are in, and we're trying to get that worked out. But yeah, you can see that I've been painting it on live. Ted Davies Artistry. I've been doing it live, so that's been really, really well received. So we've been really good about that. Then the executive producer is both hardback books, a print, both the softcover books, and then an 11x17 drawing that I'll do original, plus the figure as well, all hand painted by me. So, and that'll be with the dome as well. So you'll have the dome on top of that figure. So it's a collector's piece. It's part of the original send off before this goes to option. So, but this is kind of the grassroots deal. I also sell a lot of my reissue or issue 1 of Albino Zulu 2. This is more of my kids setup.
Is this first print?
This one is not first print. This is going to be second prints. I've got them, but they're smaller. They're a 5x7. I really wanted something for kids. This is kind of 007 meets Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it's Albino Zulu. Albino is an alien. He was found when he was a baby in the Serengeti by a Zulu tribesman, a chieftain, and they raise him and they teach him how to be just a badass spy. And he basically he saves the world from all kinds of stuff. And he's just a fun character. It comes black and white, so kids can color it to what they want. And it's interactive. That's the whole thing. I wanted it so that the kids are getting involved in comics. Easy to read. One of the things about Albino Zulu issue 2 is this is the first time it's been released. I haven't offered it yet to anybody. And if you go back, I'll show you the person the being that trains him is actually a pangolin. You know what a pangolin is? I'm going to educate you if you don't know what it is. It sounds like penguin. Okay. So it's an endangered species, and they've got it all over the place. And a lot of little kids know what this thing is. But this one trains Albino on how to do things. He's a badass. He's got this killer frisbee, a whammo frisbee that he trains everybody with. He's just a badass character. So a lot of fun though, and that's the first time it's been released. So I haven't even had it produced yet for that. So we're getting there. But that's Albino Zulu. So that I want to make sure everybody gets the rest of my work as well, not just some of the other. Now, Retrieve issue 1, that is actually second printing. These are the first 2 books, but they're second printing. Everything else sold out once the development deal was announced. So that's the new issue. It's actually going to be that cover is going to be on Comics Unlimited next month, and we're doing Glenn's doing a whole story about my whole journey out to California, meeting with Craig Hall and the producer and everything, getting everything squared away with the adaptation for the live action movie. So
if you're wondering what Comics Unlimited, if you look over his shoulder
right there. Yep, that's
see
one of them.
The book Comics Unlimited.
I've got
And you see Hatch right there on the cover?
Yeah, man. Hatch is awesome. Love Hatch.
Dude, I really, really, really love Hatch.
I know you do, because you got that
much.
You got that bat. Oh, that was awesome. And he shipped it right from the UK to your place, dude. I was live watching that, bro. I was like, damn, that is awesome.
Dude, I was so freaking out because you know me. It's like if somebody says they're doing that, I don't want to see it ahead of time. Yeah. I don't want to see it till I open it up, and hopefully they're on the show with me when I do. You were getting
a little emotional there, man. It was awesome. It was awesome to watch.
It still blows me away, man. It's over here getting flat right now.
Yeah, I know. You said that you have a flattener. You said that's awesome.
It's over there getting flat, but man, it's beautiful.
That's good.
I'm gonna put that and Rich Parada's page 42 from Incantessi.
Oh yeah, sure.
And Andrew Mangum's Hatchet. And Mike Jimmy's, I don't remember what page it was that Mike Jimmy sent me, but I'm putting all 4 of those in one big ass frame. All 4 of my pieces of published art
will
be in one frame together.
That's good, man. Way to do it. Way to honor them. Yeah. That's awesome, bro. That's the way to do it.
It's a big frame, though. A big, heavy ass frame. I ain't got around to tearing everything down yet, because 2 of them I have to take out of frames to put in that one. And
right.
Got to clean that big piece of glass and be super careful. And I'm not quite ready for that
yet. Well, Glenn's been really supportive about Retrieve. He loves the storyline Retrieve, and he wanted it on Comics Unlimited for the end of the year. So that's excellent. So this is going to be the first release of the second printing on both Retrieve 1 and 2. I try to experiment a little bit with my covers. I want something different so that not everybody's going to have the same taste, not necessarily. The Retrieve 2 issue 2 down below is a little bit more of an abstract, and Archimedes is a big part of this. Archimedes is the character. You'll see it in most of the covers, and I think on every cover Retrieve Archimedes is on. But there's a very unique thing about that character. So, and O-Toys has also done a production, actually a full production on this as well. So we're doing this. This is actually one of the products that we used for the meeting with the producers, with the executives. But I can't say enough about O-Toys. Damien is awesome. But Archimedes is again shown in second printing there as well, so you can get those copies as well if you'd like. But
what's up with that? I mean, we got time. Go ahead and sell that book. What's that story about?
So Retrieve is it's set in it's set about 30 years from now. And what happens is the powers that be find out that there's a group of actually University of Michigan mathematicians. They're twin brothers, and they're amazing. They are with numbers; they're just incredible. Anyway, they've made their money in AI. They've made their money helping people, normal people, get artificial intelligence in their home, have robots to help them cut the grain. They basically did what Henry Ford did for the automotive industry. They did for AI, and that's how it's set up in the next 30 years. Well, other things change in our future. Quantum computers become more active. Fluid-based computers, not microchips, but water-based computers. And that means that the processing speeds are a hell of a lot faster. I mean, they're light years faster than what we can do now, even. So what that does for the gentlemen, the Satcher brothers is what they are, they're doctors. They come up with an algorithm, and they are great 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 grandchildren of a Holocaust survivor, and they never met obviously their great 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 grandfather, but they talk about he left them videos. The family is handed down from generation to generation, and it talks about how he really wished they would have gotten these monsters. They never prosecuted them. They never got Hitler. They never got Mengele. These people that just horrific things that happened in the war. And so they thought, man, what could we do with this algorithm? They came up with an algorithm that can track a human soul that's deceased and when it's going to come back to Earth to be reborn. And that's the whole story. So what they do is with the Archimedes, the system that they build, they have a project called Retrieve. And Retrieve basically is an algorithm that tracks a soul that has died like a fingerprint. And it will calculate when that soul is going to return to Earth and be reincarnated. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that they can go after Hitler, they can go after Mengele, because they can find out mathematically when they're going to be reborn. Doesn't mean that they're going to be who you think that they are. It could be, you could be regressed and find out that you might be Mother Teresa now, but you might have been an axe murderer in your past lives somewhere. So that's where the story is, the rub. And the UN gets involved, the government agencies get involved, and it's a real head trip. And that's what Retrieve is. And that's why it got picked up. There's a lot of ways it can go, man. And that's the sci-fi thriller Retrieve. You'll be hearing a lot about it in the next coming months and year. You'll be hearing a lot about it. So.
And there's the figurine,
figure. So, the figure. So we've got everything worked out. I've been painting this one. We're still working on this quite a bit, but the weatherization and everything on it. And then we also have the dome packaging as well. This will all be done with scenery on the bottom, on the base. It'll be sweet when it's done. I'm a big miniature fan. I know it sounds like an oxymoron, but I love miniature art and that kind of stuff, model railroads, all that kind of stuff. So this is right up my alley. But it gives you an idea, and that's an add-on. You can get that for $75. They will be going up after the campaign. I've already got a list. This is kind of the pre-orders. That's what Kickstarter basically is. But the pricing is going to go up from there. And then it gives you a rundown of everything I've done and my background a little bit more. And then Malone Management, who managed the whole kit and caboodle. So
we got the just give Ted money. Then we have the pledge 15 or more for the digital copy of book 2.
Right.
And 15 for the the soft cover, the print copy. And that's me right there, because me, I'm broke. So it's, if anything, it's always this.
Well, I appreciate you investing.
It's always the bottom tier, man.
I do, Pops. I really appreciate it greatly. And it's reciprocated, man. The minute you put the word out, that. So, and it's, these are, I wanted it to be affordable for people too. I want them to know that the investments, it's just because you're getting an adaptation done or a development deal does not mean that it's not a grassroots. You still have to build these books. And I'm telling people this because you need to look at it from a standpoint of what you can do and what you're wanting to do with your writing and your book production, whatever you do, whether it's art. And if you have a Kickstarter that can fund that and get it out to the world, fantastic. That's what you want. I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have gotten to the point where, it was looked at as an optionable material, an IP, if you want to call it that, because Kickstarter offered this to me. I mean, Retrieve I did all on my own, economically and everything else, and it took a long time for that to happen. This was launched and immediately was picked up. So, I mean, the success that we had with it, and it can happen with a lot of people, but you got to get your work published. You got to get your work out there. And this is the grassroots. This is the new distribution model, as far as I'm concerned. And people have an opportunity, and you got a responsibility, really. If you got a story and you want to tell it, get it out there, get it on Kickstarter, and have other people help get you to the point where everybody wins, because everybody gets a piece of this. Everybody sees the journey. It's a great thing, it really is. I'm passionate about it. I am.
Now, remarked bookmark. You're gonna get you're gonna remark every single book.
So what we do when I do all my watercolor work, when I do all my watercolor work, I do what they call it's kind of a scratch sheet, or it's a dry sheet, and it has all the markings of the colors of the book, all the coloring, everything that we've got. So it's an art piece. And what I do is I cut that up, and then what we'll do is, because it's on the Grimm 101, it was actually handwritten by me, because Jim is the character, is a male character. So I wrote the one line, a couple lines. Nobody knew what they were going to get from the book. It was just one line, and then with Jim's signature on the bottom. Well, this one, actually, my wife is stepping up, and she's going to be doing the remarks, because it's Gwendolyn's handwriting versus mine, because that would look too macho, right? So, and that was Lisa's idea. This is the campaign manager. Yeah. She said, "Hey, would Christine mind doing that?" She said, "I think it'd be a better result, So anybody that gets a book, we'll end up sending you the bookmarks as well once we fund. Obviously, if we don't fund, we're not going to send anything out, but we will. I know we'll fund. And that's part of it. So you'll have a handmade part of the artwork, even if you can't, if you're priced out of it and you can't really afford it right now, that's great. No problem. You're still going to get a piece of artwork, or a piece of that artwork with a small line from the book. I mean, it's well done. It sounds kind of chintzy, but it's not. It's a really well done way to do it.
I like the idea.
It's personalized. Yeah, that was important, and that was something I think that we need to do. Not everybody can afford to get the figure or anything. Not everybody has that luxury, and I wanted to give them something, besides the book and a signature. I wanted to give them something that would amount to something later, I hope, for them too. So we try.
I'm kind of a fan of the developmental art. All the developmental sketches of the characters and stuff. Not the finished rah.
Yeah.
But
the thought process behind it.
First thing that went in their mind when they went to paper, and then the development from there.
I'm with you.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too. I love that too. The sketches, sketchbooks, anything like that, I just absorb. I love that stuff. Love it.
That's for me. It's like, what was the very first image that came to your mind when you drop that down? It's like, that's, man. If you could see everybody's first thought to finished product, you'd be blown away by some of the
how it evolves. Yeah.
Some of the evolution involved in where these characters go.
Yeah. And that was, I wanted something too that's it's different for everybody. Not every bookmark's the same. And that was something else. You got a little one running back there.
Did I see who? Sophia. I think he saw Sophia.
Yeah, that's okay. She jumped on. She's down there somewhere.
You're busted. All right. Hey, I'm doing a show down here. Doing a show down here.
It's all good.
What time is it?
7:37.
You got another hour. Go on. Love you.
That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
It's the Munchkins, man. What's up, Poncho?
It's all good.
You got Poncho in the chat.
Poncho, what's up, man? How you doing? But yeah, if they can get a piece of, and each, like I said, each bookmark's different, and that's cool too. No two are alike, and that's something else that I wanted to have something. Not everybody has to be a millionaire to get good quality, merchandise, if you want to call it that. So
yeah,
it's important to me. So yeah, so I'm a realist. I think that the $2,500 mark was something I wanted. it's achievable, and I didn't want to like, I see some of these campaigns that are making some huge money, and that's great. That's awesome. But this is just to get it to the point where it's in to market. And that's what I wanted to do. That's what we set out to do. And I'm a realist about things. I'm not going to, and a lot of the guys that are doing this, even the ones that make huge money, don't make huge money because a lot of it's in cost and production. Mine is very grassroots,
or
very,
shipping,
yeah,
or
the shipping
shipping.
alone. We're shipping worldwide on this project, worldwide.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's good because we need to. And we've come up with a couple strategies on that. So
anybody in Australia crush you yet?
not yet. I've had some people inquire about PDFs and that, which is fine. That we'll ship them anywhere. We'll send them anywhere. But it's like $70 to send one of the books.
I
It's
know.
crazy.
That's
It's
what I say.
nuts.
It's like I have a lot of people in our circle that are in Australia right now, and they're just
we've been discussing. I'm gonna be printing a lot of stuff over in the UK because it'll be easier on people for shipping costs. And for me, it's just sending over a PDF, whatever, have them do it. I don't see why we couldn't do it in Australia. I don't see why we couldn't do it worldwide. Germany, Japan, we could do it all over the place. Why not? And save. Have them just do it local shipping.
Well, I'll tell you, the problem with that is you don't know what the quality of the book is actually going to be.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that everybody's afraid of. Everybody's waiting for one guy to go, "Hey, I got you in Australia," and then somebody to go, "Hey, I got you in the UK," and then somebody's waiting for somebody to stand up and take that responsibility.
Yeah.
Of making sure that your product is going to come out just as good there.
Yeah. Well,
as it does here.
It really has to be one company. I mean, one company, if they had a nationwide company that could, or worldwide,
one trustworthy person that will make sure that your product there is just as good as your product here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bottom line. That's what everybody's scared of. I don't want to have somebody printing up my book and me not knowing
the result.
Knowing what
and how
what
it's
they're
shipped
selling
too.
to people,
Yeah, how it's shipped. If they're not they're producing a great book and then they just put it in an envelope and send it, that's not going to work either.
Let me tell you what, and I'm sorry, Indie Planet, but I got to double bomb you, okay? I've gotten 2 books from people recently who use Indie Planet, Kablam Printing, and then Indie Planet does the shipping, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say anything about the creators because it ain't their fault.
Right.
But Indie Planet, hey, Indie Planet ships books in a Gemini. That's wonderful. Yeah. But it's in a bag with no backing board, no bubble wrap, nothing holding it in place, and it's just flopping around inside that Gemini.
Nope.
Indie Planet, come on. Another few cents, get some backing boards,
yep.
Little piece of tape to hold the book in one place in there.
Yep, that's all you need.
There's a lot of things you can do that don't take no extra time, you know.
And it was even like with this 5x7, I still back and board them all.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And they're sealed. They're in the resealable bags. And I don't play around. I love
the resealable bags. Those are my favorite.
It's pennies on the dollar. And if you're looking at it from a business strategy, I didn't have any of them returned for damage. None of them, not one. So, I mean, you look at it from that standpoint. I had one return because the address didn't match up. Okay. And I figured that out. I got a hold of the person and we figured it out. But, it happens that you need, if you haven't charged enough, then you got to make sure you charge enough. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you've covered. And I mean, I got Gemini mailers, full disclosure. I think I got Gemini mailers, 100 of them for $70 or something like that.
And,
no brainer.
We have a discount code for them too.
What's that?
I said, and we have a discount code for them too.
Yeah, right. You do. That's right. So there should be no, and I know some people, they don't have the money to do that, and I get that, and that's okay. But it's my privilege to do it because I want to make sure it's done right for people. Bag board.
I would rather pay the extra to make sure that I get my book in good condition.
Yeah.
Than to, because that's really what it is. If you stick an envelope and you drop it in the mail, that's if it gets here not bent up. if it makes it all the way here, not bent up, and then the lady bends it up and sticks it in the
Right.
mailbox,
Right.
right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, no, man, you got to have a backing. You got to have some cardboard, something. You have to. Gemini mailers just eliminate the issue. And then if, you want to make sure it's insured, if it's something nice, you take that Gemini and you stick it in this
Yeah, you
priority
do.
envelope, and it's
Absolutely.
insured for $50.
Right. So you're good
It's
to go.
real
But this,
simple, man.
it's not. I mean, some of them I can understand the expense of it. I understand that, and people are thinking that way. But you really got to look at it as an investment. It's a quality control thing for your fans, and that's it. I would rather lose money on shipping and packaging, and know that it's going to get there properly, and they're going to be a client. They're going to come back for my next book because they know I ship
That's
properly.
something. I'd rather you just charge what you need to charge so that I know I get my book the way it's supposed to get here, and
No
I'm
problem.
fine with that.
No problem. And I tape the hell out of it. I tape the hell out of that damn thing, and I've had people complain. I'm like, really? I mean, you're going to complain about that? Get a knife, cut it open.
Well,
I'm like, you don't have any water in it at all, do you? No. Okay, it's not. So don't complain.
Tape is okay as long as it's not on the book.
That's right. Well, it's already wrapped up, right? It's bag and boarded anyway. So
resealables, so you don't have to worry about tape on the bag.
Exactly.
Look,
right.
He's got
and I mean, we all saw that FedEx driver, wasn't it? That threw that package. Okay, come on. If that doesn't sell a Gemini mailer, I don't know what does. I mean, just I don't know.
I've seen quite a few of those videos actually lately.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I understand they're all under a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress in the shipping industry now, and I get that.
Oh, I know.
But
disrespect for comics, though.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something about that box just makes him go frisbee, or I don't know.
I can imagine. Yeah. But yeah, it was a decision I made a long time ago in all of my books, shipping a Gemini mailer. Unless it's a piece of artwork that I'm shipping out that's big, then I'll put the Gemini mailer in there with it. But yeah, I try to manage it, and I try to do a good job with everything so that people are happy with the result.
That's your mortician right there is your ketchup, 1 and 2 soft cover or hard cover.
Yep.
Or soft and hard cover bundle. I guess we got to go lower for the 2 hard covers.
Right, we do. We one thing I did do too is I've got some educators in my family, and under request of a couple things, I spaced out a couple of the pages so that when they're using it for schools, for teaching and that, journaling and what have you, or creative writing, I've left some spaces in there so people can actually make notations or draw or do whatever. So it's a really usable book too. So you can learn a lot. You might be able to do some things with it that'll hopefully make you creative.
What's up, James?
What's up, James?
I know everybody's still freaking out because I got black fingernails.
No,
it's still good. From the Halloween. Okay.
It's all good. Got the hammer out.
I mean, it's coming off, but if I scrub it all off, every one of them grandkids is going to be, Grandpa, so I'm just leaving it alone and go off by itself.
It's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it.
I like being cool, Grandpa.
That's good. You know what, man? That's a luxury. You ride that thing as long as you can. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's good.
Oh yeah. And before long it's gonna be shut up, old man.
Yeah, right. Why is he still here? Yeah, right. Can we take him back to the home? Yeah, right. I got you.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. It's all good. You'll be around for a long time, bro. All right, that's good. So yeah, I mean, it's a sound campaign. It shouldn't be too much of an investment. That was my main concern. I want to make sure people are looking at it for the value that it is, and now that it's going to be adapted to, you're, like I said, you're on the ground floor. So things are really happening for the story, and I would love for somebody to have the beginnings of it all. You're talking about the first ideas, and this is the original. These are the firsts, and this is going to be something that once it's adapted, and that'll just be worth more for you. So.
This guy.
That was awesome, though. That was great. I saw that live, man. I was there.
So what did you think about this one though? What do you think about that one?
That's, Hong Kong Phooey, man. I was all about that. You
See, because I got Jerry Garcia, I got
did you?
Tommy Chong, I
Yeah,
got so
that's
many
good.
different.
Yeah,
You know
that's a
what I
good
mean?
one. Yeah, yeah. No, that's cool, man. I'm digging that.
It
I think
was
that's
fun,
solid.
man. I had a
Yeah,
blast.
that's
I did
good.
have
You're gonna
a
go.
great time.
Are you cosplaying at Grand Rapids Con or no? You're just gonna go as Pops.
I get to be me at the.
Yeah, I know. Well, I gotta ask, man. Yeah, you better be. Everybody's gonna know you there. Everybody will know you. If I was
This
going there, we
time
know
they
we would
will,
hang
yeah.
out. Yeah,
This time I will be known a little better than last time.
yeah,
But then now
absolutely.
the other cool thing is the first time I went to Grand Rapids Con, I met a whole bunch of the local people that I
Yeah,
didn't know,
yeah,
like Dan Monroe,
sure.
and man, I mean, I met so many cool people. And then now this time I go back, I've had some of them on the show,
Yeah,
and now I get to go talk to them again after they actually having some interaction with them
yeah, that's
out
great.
here in the world in the internet world.
Mhm.
It's like two different worlds entirely. There was a lot of people at the two cons that I've attended so far that I had no idea existed. I came home with a stack of business cards both times
Yeah,
and invited all these people to join the
that's
madness,
great. That's
you
good.
know.
Mhm.
And yeah, a bunch of them did, and a bunch of them have been on the shows. We're having a good time. We're doing what we do. Now I get to go talk to them all again,
That's good.
and more people because this is the bigger venue, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Just the scheduling of it, I couldn't swing it yet. We just had too much going on, and I'm trying to finish up a few things, and then, but next year we're planning on a few of them. And yeah, there you go. That's great.
There's another one. See, and all I
Gotta
was
love it.
trying to be was the Gandalf of comics.
Right, right.
Look, I put the robe on,
Yeah.
okay, and everything, and I sat down here about 5 minutes before the show, and I sat here for about 3 minutes, and I was like, ain't gonna be able to do this for
It's
three
too hot.
hours with this
Was it
robe
too
on.
hot,
No
or
way.
you're falling
Yeah.
asleep?
Oh,
What?
I was already starting to
Yeah,
sweat,
right.
man. I was
I
like,
know,
nope.
right?
So
Yeah,
I had to change it to the Gandalf of Comics 2021
that's
and
cool.
come out with the shirt and the mask.
That's
Because what
when
would Gandalf look like in 2021?
badass, just like he looks any other time. Yeah, I mean, Gandalf
It kind
rocks.
of looked something like that, right? No, it was
That
fun.
was
I let the
badass. That
kids
looked
spray
good. I
my
thought it looked
hair
good.
and I let them paint my nails. I let the kids have fun all
Good,
week.
man. And you know what? They'll never forget that. That's what it's about, man. You're doing it right. You're doing it right.
That's what I keep trying to tell people, man. It's like those little munchkins, those are our next generation of readers, our
Yeah.
next
You're
generation of comics fans, of comics
you've
creators.
you have one shot to do it right.
Yep.
One shot. So
Let them
let's
know.
all
Let them know
let's
where
do
the
yeah.
fun is.
You know, you don't have to be
Make
their
it
you don't
fun.
have to be their best friend. You can be a parent, you can be a grandfather, whatever. But yeah, you definitely want to inspire them.
Dude,
If that means I'm painting your nails black, okay, great.
you want to see
Good deal.
something?
Yeah.
Totally cheap.
Bring it.
The first one of my now Dory did a crom, a ballerina crom, right?
Cool. Good deal.
Okay.
That's
Now
cool.
hold up, let me make this bigger. Okay.
Yeah, do it.
So
Do it up.
Dory made this ballerina crom, and then
Yep, she
Sophia
signed it too.
drew.
Yeah.
Sophia is the first one of my grandkids to draw a crom, and it's based on the one Dory did. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome. That's great. She needs to sign that one. The other one
Dude.
signed it, right? Your other granddaughter? She signed it, I think. The one on the left, my left.
Yeah. Well,
She signed
Dory,
it. Yeah.
Dory
Yeah.
Jones.
Oh,
She
yeah,
did
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, got it. Okay,
Then
gotcha.
Sophia did
Yep.
just like look at the face. Sophia
That's
did her
awesome.
crom based on
Yep.
Dory's crom.
That's
I
awesome.
was like, oh, that's so cool. So you got not
Well,
just me trying to inspire them, but then they're looking at you guys' art, at people in the madness is, the art that other people are
Mhm.
doing around us, and that's inspiring
Well,
them too.
what? How old is Sophie?
She's 9.
All right, have her sign that. Make sure you put down, or even make a note of it on the back of it or whatever. What age she was. It makes a huge deal because my mom and dad did that for me, and I've got a stack of a file that they've had since I was 4. And
I have one drawer in the
just
filing cabinet.
awesome.
I have
Yeah,
one
right,
drawer in the filing
right.
cabinet when it was
I've got them
all
for the
really
kids
young.
too. My kids are
All
almost
their
30
really,
now, and yeah, I love
yeah,
them.
all the
I
really
love
young
looking back
stuff
on
is
it.
in this filing cabinet that they haven't
Right.
even looked at in a few years.
Yeah,
It's like I look through there every now and then I
that's
look at the stuff they do now, and it's like, oh, they're
yeah.
getting it. They're getting
You're
it.
talking about evolution of art, bud. That's it right there. That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's the Crom. That's the Crom evolution.
She's
Crom
the first
evolution.
one of the kids to draw Crom, though. Then all the rest of them drew
Yeah.
one too after that.
Of course.
Okay, but she was
This
the
takes
first
one.
one. Isaac's Crom is a venomized Crom.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the hair is the tendrils.
Gotcha. What is it? The Crom evolution revolution, right? That's cool.
There
man.
you go.
I'm digging it.
There you go.
I'm copywriting it. So
I'm wondering where our Krysta is.
she'll be here, I'm sure.
Okay, we're about 7 minutes out.
But yeah, like I said, we're real proud of the campaign.
It's an add-on. It's the add-on or it's the big one? It's the add-on or the big one.
It's an add-on. It can be by itself, but we would really like you to have a book too, though, if you would prefer that.
It's in this
or it's
bundle,
in the larger, or it's in the larger,
or that bundle,
or you can buy it
add-on right there
for $75. It'll actually be. I'm doing all the painting. Like I said, I do a lot of miniature work anyway. So figures. So I'm doing that in a weathered look. It's going to be very much like the book itself. So you're going to get I did a lot of all the work in watercolor, but in the acrylics that I use for the figure, it's a little different, but you'll get the same feel, the same color schemes, and it's like I said, it'll be a certified. We'll do a certified paperwork with it as well. So you'll have it so that I'm actually going to have it signed by Damien Walbram too, the person that created the sculpture. That was really important to me because Damien, I call him Da Vinci because he takes my idea from 2D and then manipulates it and builds it into 3D, and then we create this thing together. And it's just spot on. It's a real great. It's one of the most. I think the collaboration is awesome. So I think that having him on that, it's all 3D printed down in Louisville. He makes a proprietary resin too that's unique to his figures. And that was really important to me. It has a little bit of flexibility to it, so it ships well. It doesn't crack. He's really done his legwork on this. So, and it's a quality piece. So I promise on that. Gives you an idea, but yeah, we're excited about it. We've sold a lot of them, and I know that, like I said, they're going to be going up exponentially once the campaign's over. So gives you an idea.
Very nice stuff.
Yeah,
Ted, you're
thanks.
killing it, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a smash year, man. It's been fantastic. It's been fantastic.
Everybody out here knows that the answer to the question of life is 42. Y'all know. 42.
Yeah.
The answer is 42, not 41. 42.
Well, I'm shooting for Wednesday. It'll be completely funded. So that's our goal, and I think that that's going to be achievable. And I appreciate everybody that's backed me and shared the stuff out and liked it and had me on their shows. Pops, thank you.
Anytime.
It means the world to me, dude. And you know what? We have to do we got to interview Pops on TED Talks. We haven't done that. Have you been on anybody's show to be interviewed?
Couple times.
All right.
Yeah,
you feel okay with that?
Beginning, I think I was on Cody's channel over there.
Yeah.
Comic Chat Authority. I think he interviewed me about what I was doing with CromCon, and when it first started, it was like,
let's do it. Give me an hour of your time. Give me an hour of time. We won't get too invasive. We'll just talk and what your hopes are for the future and everything. Let's do it.
Anytime, man.
Let's do it in December. We'll figure it out. I'd like to have you on live if we can do it because it's so much better.
Well, I prefer live.
Yeah,
I really do.
I do too. If you can get going at 10 a.m. in the morning, we're in the same state. So hell, you should be able to knock it out. We'll get some coffee and we'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, let's figure out in December. I'll give you a shout back and we'll figure it out. I would love for that.
See, he knows he's smarter than I am. So yeah, we'll talk about it in December.
No, I mean we'll book it for December. I want it before
Yeah.
the end of the year, but I want to
I
make
mean,
sure we get through the
I'm just
holidays.
saying it. I broke my own rule about booking things after the con. I'm not supposed to book anything after the con ever. I'm supposed to stay in my month. I'm supposed to stay in my month, right? And then, December is December after CromCon.
Yeah.
Man, last month I blew it, dude.
I know. Well, and you have a lot going on though, bro. God,
well, that's what I mean, and I blew it. I should
how
have
fast
stuck
does it
to my
take?
rule.
How fast does it take to fill up that CromCon?
It filled up in about 5 hours last time.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll find out.
Lisa got a hold of you because I knew I said if I don't have her on there, I said I'm going to miss this because I'm doing other stuff. I can't get on there when he's. And she's like, all right, I'll take care of it. So, yeah, and I appreciate
you let her
doing
know too. We're setting up. We're doing sign up tomorrow, and if she wants to kick off segment 2 of one of the days at 6 o'clock and do that hour thing again with some of her people, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right. I'll let her know. I mean, she might be listening in right now. I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll let her know.
She should be, but
it's all good.
So guess what, Ted? Guess what? We have somebody else in the backstage.
Cool.
Guess what?
The one and only. What's up, Krysta? How you doing?
I'm good. I literally just pulled into the driveway. We had a wheezing asthmatic. Literally, my last patient of the day. I'm like, no.
Are they all right?
Oh. Yeah, they're okay. I just did albuterol treatment and sent them home. But you have to do a 10-minute albuterol treatment, listen to them before and after, make sure they're not wheezing, make sure they don't need a second, make sure they don't need to go to the hospital. And I was like,
that's a
really of all the days,
well, I'm glad you're okay. That's good. Good seeing you though.
Oh yeah, I'm good. It's good to see you too. Thank you.
Oh man, great. Congratulations on everything that's going on. That is so good.
So everybody go check out Grim 101. I think I dropped that link in the chat. I'm pretty sure I did. Ted he wants to know real quick, is it a spiritual drama?
Ooh.
He's having an issue classifying it as a genre based in the description.
I think that it's probably there is a touch of romance in it, but I think that it's more of just two people that are trying to find themselves with it. You know what I mean? It is a spiritual drama in some respects, on both sides. As a human being, having that experience, and then a being that's not quite sure what they are. So yeah, I mean, I could see that viewpoint. It's really one of the things that when I write, when you look at it, you're going to say, oh, okay, I've had not that experience, but I'm thinking, oh, okay, I see where he's coming from with this. Cause I've had people write me back after they've read the first book and they're like, man, that touched me this way. And I'm like, I didn't mean it for that, that way I wrote it, but I'm like, I get that. I understand that. And that's what it's, James, that's what I'm thinking. If you end up picking up the books, I think that's probably what you'll see. You'll see, okay, I get that. It's making more sense now, but little deep sometimes, but
Cool.
It's good though. It's good. So thank you. Great seeing you. I hope that you're doing well, Krysta.
I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well too. It's so exciting to see your Kickstarter slowly growing, getting closer to funding. Every time I check, I'm like,
painful. It's painful, but it is getting there. And I know by Wednesday we'll be there. So,
and for sure.
Happy anniversary too. I want to tell you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. They had great pictures. Anyway, let me start. So, yeah, you got a great campaign. I don't even want to talk. I just want to watch. Can I sit around and watch if you guys don't mind?
Yeah.
For a couple minutes. I got about 15 minutes. Is that cool? Cool.
Yeah.
So I'll shut up.
All right. So
do your thing.
Miss Krysta, will you introduce yourself to my friends out there watching?
Of course.
I don't think most of them know who you are. You're kind of new to the madness.
I am new to the madness, but not new to the comic scene. My name is Krysta Crawford. I am a pediatric nurse practitioner by trade, and I am an artist by passion. I am also the creator and artist behind the fantasy comic book series Wolf and I, which just launched its 3rd issue 4 days ago, which is super exciting. And so I love to draw. I love to provide different all ages art. And so I've been in the comic scene now for 8 years. I also am the owner of Huron Villain Designs printing company. So I get to work really closely with a lot of creators and writers and artists, making their dreams come true. And so it's really exciting to be, not only on the artistic side, but helping other individuals, come to their artistic passion and, the drive for that.
That is awesome. I didn't know that you had the printing thing going on as well. You're multi-talented there, lady. I like it. I like that.
That is true. I keep busy.
No doubt. Yeah, it's great. That's awesome. Diversification. That's the key. Yep.
Bam! Look at that, y'all. Look at that.
Yay.
Ted, you need to go steal 11 backers from her.
Man, no doubt. She's got an awesome campaign, though. The covers, everything. I'll let you. I'm a fanboy.
No, I appreciate it. It just makes me so happy. This is my passion project. This is my baby. I started writing Wolf and I over 10 years ago. Originally planned to publish it as a novel. And then, gosh, it's been 2 years now. I released issue 1 as a comic. It was my first comic ever. It was definitely a learning experience. And combining my two, between writing and art, and then smushed them together to create the comic. And so that was really, a fun journey for me, a learning journey for me. And in that, Wolf and I was born. So Wolf and I is a fantasy adventure comic that really delves into, it has got 2 main female, strong female leads, and they go on this adventure. My spiel for the comic, if I were to present it as a Hollywood video, the blockbuster spring special would be: in a land overtaken by darkness, eyes peer into every nightmare. Tread carefully, take heed, and beware. For creatures crawl throughout the night. Secrets of history shall come to light. Internal powers before unknown. Choices are made, worlds are shown. 2 herons are faced with a choice: to band with friends and unite their voice. Against this evil they must stand. The fate of Crayweth lays in their hands.
I love that, right?
You gotta put some music to that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Do that right along with the video.
Yep.
Oh, man. It's beautiful.
Awesome.
Beautiful stuff.
Oh, well, thank you so much. So this time it's issue 3. We're really delving into the main story. Our characters are transported into the land of Craywith. They are meeting new creatures, they're meeting new friends, and they're basically discovering this turmoil that they've been thrown into. And they discover that they're not who they thought they were, that they actually had these internal powers that's always been inside of them, but now they're learning to manifest and use them to help defeat the evil. They're demon shaped wolf shapeshifters, and they're helping them prevent them from taking over the land of Crayweth, basically. I have brought in a multitude of amazing artists, including Shelby Robertson, April Reyna, Wendy Shanner, Steph Wilson with Carrie Ann, Trevor Grace, Alfred Trujillo, and Dutch Dutchin, and possibly 1 or 2 more that may surprise us before the rest of the Kickstarter is over. There's regular covers, and then all of the covers will be on variant holofoil. Ooh, do I have an example of a cover with metallic holofoil? I do, somewhere. Let's see. Yes. So some of the holofoils will have white toner, and some of them, hopefully it shows off good. So this is the back here. This one is on Magma. So all of my covers are that are from my art are on Magma. The art from the other variant covers will be on different samples. And then this is the front here.
It's cool.
That reminds me of the old Pokemon cards.
Yes. I love it. And then this is issue 1, and it's metallic holofoil cover. All of the covers that have my art on them will be signed. And then any of the local artists, if you want to have them signed, I will do my best to get them signed. I am offering an option where you can get any of the variant covers jeweled by one of our local jewelers down here. Does Swarovski crystals on them. I wish I had a sample to show you guys here, but I shipped them all.
Yeah.
But they're really cool, and they come with a certificate of authenticity. And they're really, really nice collectible items. But yeah, so we've got some amazing, just a whole bunch of different varieties. Like I love being able to support other artists. That's my big thing. And so one of the things I really
You're in
push
a
for
good
this.
spot. You're in a good spot for artists. Look, I lived in the Maryvale area for a long, long time. And you're in a good spot for creatives, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Polito and Scottsdale. You got people. You got Kara and Alfred. You got people all over good old Phoenix. I know what's up down there in the valley.
I will say most of my artists are either from Phoenix, used to be in Phoenix. I think I only have one or two that aren't actually from Phoenix or from Arizona.
Even I was out in Arizona for a while back in the early 90s, so it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, let me grab the whiskey cup real quick. It's in the kitchen.
That thing's
Did you say
awesome.
whiskey?
Yeah, the whiskey cup. She did this. She's got this whiskey cup that's got the wolf on it. Oh, it's wicked.
I was hoping
good.
she was gonna just like pour and hit.
That's awesome. No, it's great.
It's not the green room. I get it.
No,
It's
I
fun.
got you. No, it's only Monday, right?
All right, there we go. I washed it so that I would have it for tonight, and then I put it in the kitchen. So in all the collector's editions, and then if we hit 75 backers, we will have, and it's hard to see when it's, with the light shining on it from the screen.
Tilt back a little bit from the top. You know.
There we
There you go. And it's on the campaign too.
Yeah.
It's
and
so
it is
cool.
on a better fixture is on the campaign. So they will be available as an add-on stretch goal once we hit 75 backers. So we're getting there closer. I think we're 23 away from hitting it. Otherwise you can get it in the collector's edition. We've got t-shirts, we've got pins. I just got the notification this morning that the pins have officially shipped. So they'll be to me before the campaign even ends. So they won't hinder having any sort of issues shipping out in January on time.
Yeah, the pins
there it is.
really
There's a
good,
better
too.
picture of
The pins
it.
look great.
Yeah.
Looks really good. Well thought out.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. I love comics and I love displaying comics, but what I really like too is to be able to support and I've got a couple of Kara shirts. I've got a couple of other my comic shirts that have my favorite characters on them or the logos on them. And, I love whiskey and scotch. And so we collect all these different kinds. And so being able to have my own logo, like Wolf and I cup was yes, I have to have this.
Right.
And it's machine washable. It's etched into the glass. So it's not going to rub off. It's not going to wear out. It's there for life.
Now, the link is in the description, but I'm also going to drop it in the chat for you people watching on the replay.
Yay.
27 days, okay? 27 days. This is going to be up for a little while. If you're watching the replay, don't worry about it. It's still there. Go get it.
Yeah, we're running a 30-day campaign, or I guess it was 31. I launched it a day early, which was super exciting to get, the hype out. We've hit our funding goals, so we're officially funded, and now we're just working our way on stretch goals. So we've got stickers, we've got prints, we've got add-ons, extra pins. We've already hit some of them and unlocked them. So I'm just, really excited to be at this point to talk about the comic, the adventure, and where to go from here. We've got over 20 issues already planned out, the storylines written for them, just working on getting the interiors, done. This book is completely ready to print. All the interiors are done. All the covers are done. We are waiting until January to fulfill, just so that Christmas elves, those naughty little imps around Christmas that were, find their way into the post office, don't magically make things disappear. But we are offering an add-on for $1. So eating a cost here, but we're offering a Christmas card that we're shipping out in December. So anybody who backs it and adds on the $1 Christmas card will get a 4x6 postcard that has a special Wolf and I Christmas print, which hasn't been revealed yet. And so that will ship early so that'll be shipping before Christmas, and it'll say, a magical adventure is coming your way, January 2022. And that way, if they're buying it for a gift, if they're buying it for themselves and just want a cool, collectible Christmas card, that'll be shipping out in separate from their tier.
That's awesome. That's the way to do it.
Like it. A
That's the way to do
Christmas
it.
card before your book arrives.
I just hear so many nightmare stories from other creators of like shipping in February, shipping in December, having things get lost, having things like stuck. It has shipped, but it hasn't reached the next destination. And I didn't want any of that to happen. Like, I want people to get everything. I want it to be sent in good condition. So I bag and board all the books. I ship everything in Gemini mailers. Anything that's not fitting in a Gemini mailer, the comics go in a Gemini mailer, and then all of that goes into an external box. It's bubble wrapped, so everything is nice and safe.
Yep.
So
That's
we're
the way to do
excited.
it.
We want things to show up
You did
in
it. That's
high
the way
quality.
to do it.
Gemini, big envelope.
Yes.
Gemini, big envelope. See that?
Mhm.
I do have to run, but Krysta, thank you. I appreciate you doing this. It looks so good. You're gonna be so successful.
Oh,
I'm so
thank
happy
you
for
so much. We're almost
Pop.
to my personal goal. I was like
That-
1,500's my goal, but my personal goal is to hit 3,000. So we're
No,
almost there.
You'll get there. You'll get there,
Cool.
and we'll
Oh,
share
you're
it
gonna
out.
get
We'll
there
share the
easy.
heck out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Pops, thank you for having me
You
on
bet.
too. Appreciate it, man. And I'm gonna have actually, Krysta's gonna be on TED Talk soon.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about that. We'll post that in the next week or so. So thank
Cool.
you guys. Do I click out of here? I think so. I do.
Yeah, you can
All right.
let yourself out.
I will. There's the door. There's the door. Don't
Here's
let
the
it
door,
hit on the way out.
Ted.
Have a good
I
night, guys.
hate
Thanks so much.
kicking people. It's funny because sometimes like somebody doesn't know how to get out, and they're
Right.
like,
Yeah.
"Hey, and it's like, oh man, I don't want to kick you."
Have a good one, guys. Thanks again. Krysta.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Bye,
Much
Ted.
success,
Good
guys.
luck.
Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you.
I love that dude. Good dude.
He's so nice.
Now, you're a homie. You're out there in Arizona.
I am.
I'm digging that. Yeah, I lived there for a long, long time.
Yeah, born and
most of
raised
my-
here in Arizona.
I wasn't born there, but I spent most of my life there. So, I have
Yeah.
family there. I have lots of friends, I was kind of jacked when I saw Glendale, Arizona. I was like, yeah.
That's
because
here.
just
There's
like
a-
right over there.
It's right next to where yeah. Well, there's a huge, artistic community here. Like, it's so nice to feel like be part of the community and just having such a large group of friends with similar interests that are close by.
Yep. It's a good place. I like the valley. I like the people in the valley. Let me rephrase that.
The valley's kind of hot, but the people in the valley are good.
I mean, it was cool for most of my life, but then like the last couple summers were just like, man, I don't even want to go outside.
Well,
And,
we don't go outside. We sit inside with our
But I
iced tea and ice water and the air conditioning going off.
But I did for years. I
Oh.
would go play golf in the afternoon
Oh.
in the summer. I played softball all year
Oh.
round. It didn't matter if it was winter or summer. We played ball. We played golf. We did outside stuff.
Yeah.
And then the last summer I was there, it was just like I go outside in 10 minutes. I'd be like, yeah, I'm done. I'm going back.
It's definitely, hot in the summer. I will say our falls, our winters, our springs are beautiful. We have a huge, like a very long growing season, but that like May through July is just brutal.
I'm going to add August to that.
Yeah, I mean, August, this August wasn't so bad. It was actually a lot cooler. It was so wet this year. We got so much rain that we had a much cooler August. But yes, and then you get the monsoons in the July and August. So not only is it 110 degrees, but it's like 80% humidity.
Yeah. And then this is the part I love. You get just enough rain to get your car wet.
Yes.
And then here comes the dust cloud. Covers your car in dust.
And then it's just a mud bath.
Yep. I love
That's good old Arizona for you. Or just the rain coming down. It's really just mud water coming down.
It's fun. But now look, you have an amazing project here. It's already funded.
I know.
It's all cake from here. You got 27 days in
Mhm.
where you get to have fun promoting
Yes.
as opposed to worrying about promoting. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will say this is the first Kickstarter that we funded this fast. In less than 6 hours, we were funded, which was insane. Our issue 2 took 2.5 weeks. So I was blown away by the support, by people that came back, that people shared it, just spreading the word and people getting excited about Wolf and I.
Yeah, well, that's look, when you fund that quickly. I mean, I've done this with a lot of people. I've gone right down to the wire with them and had them miss by $90. I've been with them from the beginning and watched them, fund under an hour and fund in under an hour at 4K, and then just have a blast promoting for the rest of the time because no pressure. We're funding, I've seen both sides of it, man. And I know for a fact that once you're funded, it gets more fun.
It's so much more fun. Yeah, for sure. There's definitely that anxiety of, are you going to fund? Are you going to fund? You're going to fund. And, and even watching friends Kickstarters, I was, I get excited. I check them like every morning. I've got my list of like who's running, who's funded, who needs to fund, who needs the extra promotion. Like I just love helping people grow. It brings me so much joy to see people being successful, people chasing after their passions and doing what they want to do. And so being a part of that to help people, like, bring people to them is just so fun. And being like, yes, look, you hit 1,000 now. Look, you funded. Like, to me, like, I have so much fun with my own Kickstarter, and it just brings me so much joy to see people excited about it. But I get just as much excitement watching others Kickstarters too. And I get that like, oh no, you're like $90 from funding. Like, come on, you can do this.
That's me. I don't know. You'll notice is when you hang around the madness, when somebody funds, I'll post their campaign and it'll be big old capital letters above funded. Yeah, let's go now. Let's go have some fun because I want everybody to have fun. I really do.
Yeah.
I have a blast promoting everybody. When you said I have this list, you're more than welcome to punch every one of them into the madness in the morning when you're doing that everywhere else.
Perfect.
You punch them in the madness too, because that's the only place on Facebook I look. I don't go out of my news feed anymore. I try to stay
and there's so much too that goes on that clogs it all up.
Right. So I try to stay off the news feed. I just go right into my group and I look for stuff to share up to Twitter or to share to my news feed. But I look in the group first. That's where I look for my content. And I encourage anybody with a campaign that's active, post your link in the morning and in the evening. Your link. Okay. Everybody else too. That's great. That's fine. Don't forget to post yours. Okay?
No, and I think that makes so much of a difference too. I think one of the big things that really helped fund so quickly this time is we really pushed hard for pre-launch. We had a pre-launch page ready that people could sign up a month in advance. It was ready to go. Like, the comic was ready. We set up the page, but we're still, we wanted to build up the hype. We wanted to get more people to know about it. So we had almost 80 people following the project before we even launched, which was super exciting. We posted, we talked about it, we did live shows. And I think it's that support and that reaching the other networks that makes such a big difference.
Well, I know other people in other shows that are going to want to have you on. Oh, there you go. We got a question. But I do know other people in other YouTubers, podcasters that are going to want to have you on their show as well. If you look in the madness on any given night, you will see 5, 6, 7 different live streams going.
Oh, yes.
All those people are looking for content. All those people want to talk to you.
Well, I'm definitely open for live shows, and we have 27 days to go. I've got a couple booked already, which I'm super excited about to be on, that hosted me for my first or for my second issue. So I'm excited to be back on there. But I'm so excited to spread the news and talk about it and just talk about the adventure that this takes it on. Ooh, is there a villain in the Wolf and I book? Save the Land from who? Yes. Sorry if I breezed over that. So the big important part.
We're good.
Will you scroll down, Pops, to the Shelby Robertson cover?
Steph, Trevor, Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Oh, Alfred. Alfred's metal. I like Alfred.
Oh, Alfred's great.
Touch on
There we go.
Shelby.
So Shelby is our very first artist who ever did both the human and the wolf version of our main bad guy. So the in the books, the land of Krayweth is being taken over by a clan of demon shapeshifters. And what you find out, this is kind of your behind the scenes, like, is that the leader of the shapeshifters is actually the father of the main character. And so he basically kidnapped the mother, and it's in issue 1. You'll get to see kind of the backstory. But he kidnaps the mother. The mother escapes, but she finds out she's actually pregnant. So she raises Violet, the main character in the human world, and so that's when she kind of is just forced into this position by destiny to battle against her father and keep him from overtaking the land of Krayweth. And he wants her to come to his side and use her powers of the combined half demon wolf shapeshifter and half fae in order to help him take over the darkness. So it gets real, in depth, and especially in issue 3, and then moving into issue 4, just the character dynamics and their interactions into each other. This main character, whose name has not been revealed yet, that comes in issue 4, but who's on the cover here with Shelby Robertson. He's our main bad guy. This isn't the father, but this is one of his lead henchmen. And so he's sent into the land, the human world, before they get transported to Krayweth, and kind of is scoping Violet out and trying to befriend her so that he can take her with him. But she escapes him, and with some help with some friends, goes to Krayweth, and that's where she starts to learn about her powers. So that is a fox character. It's a spirit mage that we get introduced to into issue 3. The blonde is Miss Sophia, who's our secondary main character. And then Anastasia is our meow shapeshifter. But she's on the good side of the shapeshifters, not one of the demon wolf shapeshifters. So I've got a variety of covers. The exciting thing is mid-tier, we're going to be releasing as an add-on 1 of 1 gold covers of every single variant cover. So you can get a numbered 1 to 10 of my cover, and then mid-campaign we'll be making a big announcement of when we'll be adding them. But 1 of every cover will be available, just 1 copy on gold foil. But we have lots of other tiers. We have t-shirt only tiers, pin only tiers, a sticker pack only tier. We have a Dragon Horde tier that has all of the variant covers. We have an ultimate collector's tiers, and then we have magic metal prints, which are actually being done by Wendy. And these are actual metal prints. They'll be limited to 5 each, but they're on the magic, shiny mirror metal, and they're comic size. So that is Wolf and I in a nutshell. It's really exciting to just be able to put all of this story that's been in my head for so many years into a visual form that people can, enjoy and have. The one thing that I don't have is it is not being offered in a digital form. I have a love with physical books. I really enjoy the feel of holding a comic in your hand, holding a book in your hand. And I know a lot of creators have gone towards the digital realm to be able to reach more people with digital copies. But I think there's just something so special about holding a physical copy in your hand of a book. Oh, I think you're muted, Pops.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
I'm just talking over you, and then I was like, I think you're talking.
Sometimes there's noise. I'm, mute. But
yeah.
Anyway, this right here, I love the whole aspect of it. I like the way you set the billing up. But I gotta know, where'd the idea come from?
Oh, okay. So this is, I don't have an exact 100% answer, but basically I'm a pediatric nurse practitioner, but before I got my doctorate, I was a pediatric nurse. And before that, I was just in school to become a nurse. And I spent hours and hours and hours helping kids in the ICU, get through really tough times when they couldn't sleep, when parents couldn't be there. And I have, been, would spend nights making stories up for them, creating, all these different ideas. And so Wolf and I was really born from my love of creating, characters. And so in my head, I, kind of just created these characters up, and I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool if we like had this whole, you know, multiple universe and incorporated, instead of your typical superhero story, having this fantasy adventure that people loved from like Lord of the Rings style or Harry Potter style, just that like love of it, fantasy adventure. And so in that, just kind of developed this whole storyline. And I'm a big avid reader. I read on average 30 to 70 books a year, depending on the year and the books. And so I just love the idea of having a world with so many different things and characters that you can relate to, that you can go and, just take your, get away from the craze of daily life and reality, and then actually be able to, set it aside for a minute and live this enjoyable story and be able to have characters that you can relate to.
Cool. I had to fix a payment.
No, you're fine.
So Krysta is having the metal foil covers done by a friend. I only asked because so many other creators have had issue getting those. Wendy Steen Shaner is the one doing yours, right?
Yes.
Now, there's Phoenix Animation does them.
Mhm.
There's a few different people I know of that do them. I haven't gotten any prints in hand yet to compare.
Yeah.
But I know the people who do Brian Polito's metal covers, those are beautiful. I have a couple of those. I'm not sure who did the Book of Sarah's metal cover, but it's beautiful too.
Yeah, you can play the video for the magic metals if you want. That is one that she actually did. But yes, I have some really close connections that do different things. And so the medals and the pins are the only items in my Kickstarter that aren't being done local here in Arizona. And so though there will be no issue getting the metal cover, or the metal like actual plates. And then the metallic foils are being done by a company here in Arizona that I actually am an owner of. And so there will be no issues getting the metallic foil. I have already pre-bought for all the covers. Everything is ready to print. I literally have boxes and boxes of metallic foil ready to print. And then it will be your high quality, the high quality metallic foil. Wendy's doing my metal prints that are actual metal, but the comics themselves are on this metallic foil cardstock. And I've got multiple different patterns that will be available for those. In fact,
you guys heard her say which I'm the owner of, right?
There won't be any issues. Yeah. So the only things that I'm getting done outside of my company, so all the magnets, the pin, the stickers, the prints, the postcards, all of that's being done by Huron Villain Designs Printing Company. The metal prints are being done by Wendy. And then my pins I've ordered from a company and they've already shipped. So they will be here before the Kickstarter even finishes.
Put the Hero and Villains.
Oh, contact. Yes. Give me one second.
The private chat for me. I will drop that in the chat so that people look. For you other creators, she said stickers, magnets, all that stuff they do over there.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah, we do some great things.
For all you Arizona people, it's right there, local. You can just go pick it up. None of that shipping crap, Like
and we do ship worldwide too. We have custom boxes that we got made that are perfectly comic book sized. We have options to ship bagged and boarded to reduce the risk of damage in shipping. Like we've gone and we triple box all of our comics that we ship out so that everything is nice and secure. So it gets to you in gradable, presentation. And we, for the most part, have been getting 9.7 to 10s back on our graded comics. I'd show you, but some of our creators don't have PG-13 graded covers.
I look, I've known most of your friends for a long time. we have this this disclaimer just for them.
Yep.
I mean,
I will say Wolf and I is teen rated, so it is aimed for 13 plus. There is a little violence. There may or may not be in future issues a little bit of romance, nothing that goes past PG-13. So it's not an all ages, like for little kids book, and definitely for the reading level too. But it's definitely not up there with the MA rating.
Right. Yeah, but like I said, I've known Wendy.
The body of the
stripper's coin holder,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
The body's
so-
a beautiful thing, and art is magnificent. I support anybody to pursue their passion. However, it's not always presentable. I can.
It just depends, I mean, I'm really fast.
Yeah.
I go, you saw it, now it's gone.
Yes. Well, if you want to show my video off to people, or at least the first like 10 seconds of it, they'll get a little taste of the magic that went behind what to expect from Wolf and I.
Are you ready to play the video? We can do that. Right?
I am ready.
In a land slowly overtaken by darkness, eyes peer into every nightmare. Tread carefully, take heed and beware, for creatures crawl throughout the night. Secrets of history shall come to light. Internal powers before unknown, choices are made, worlds are shown. Two heroines are faced with a choice to band with friends and unite their voice. Against this evil they must stand. The fate of Greyweth lays in their hands.
Now you see, I have a granddaughter named Sophia.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Hook 'em in.
I mean, I want my characters to be relatable. That's why I went with strong female characters that are, can be role models, that can really, give girls a sense of being able to relate to them and maybe not fitting in, but knowing that friends are out there and that you can be more than you ever thought you could be. Let's see. Other things that I have that are really cool. I do have a blank sketch cover options. But my favorite thing of all, and I don't think I have my black t-shirt here, is all of our t-shirts. We've got them on 4 different colors with the Wolf and I logo on them.
I love that logo. I ain't gonna lie.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I'm kind of, look, I'm a wolf guy.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I'm a wolf guy. I love wolves. And I've owned a couple of hybrids, and yeah, I'm, love wolves.
I mean, they're relatable. People love them. And that's why I kind of hesitated making them like the bad guy of the story, because so many people relate and love them. But I just really wanted to create this dynamic, bad guy, basically, that people are like, but I want to love them. But I also know that they're bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, the big bad wolf has been blowing down pigs' houses and chasing Little Red Riding Hood around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the wolf hasn't always been the good guy. He's like the anti-hero of the animal kingdom, you know?
Yes, he definitely gets some bad reps sometimes.
Yeah. It's like a lot of people don't like him because what Grandma said, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I love wolves.
Yeah. No, and they're so fun. And that's what I love that, you know, on some of the covers, like April's cover and Trevor's cover, they really like made personified this the demon shapeshifters in their wolven form that make Trevor's I love because it gives you that Scooby-Doo vibe and you're like, wait, is it a bad guy, is it a good guy, like do we like the wolf, do we not like the wolf, is he trying to like you know get, steal her? And then with Wendy's, it's just such a dynamic piece with the positioning of the character. Or, I'm sorry, not April's piece. Wendy's piece is just great, with that wolf in the background. Mm-hmm.
Look, the eyes are awesome right there.
Oh, yeah. And then on that metallic hollow foil, it's just going to pop so much.
Yeah.
And then with the positioning on April's, where she's got, that wolf in the foreground trying to get, work its way in, and, the main character there. And then the mermaid in the background, which is introduced in issue 3, you get to meet them. And so it's just really a real dynamic play on, foreshadowing.
Good stuff. It's all good stuff, Krysta.
Well, thank you. And we have an adorable meow character. Like, who wouldn't love an owl cat hybrid? Which you can see on my cover and Steph Wilson's cover, and then some of the stretch goals. We've brought in different artists. Corey Spire did some special stickers in our stretch goals of the meow, and we've got lots of meow pins and different swag that you can pick up too.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Stickers.
So just fun.
Her company that she owns does the stickers and the magnets.
And I
made those for you.
I did them.
I have a friend in Phoenix that does glass etchings.
I did them all myself. Wow. I did the t-shirts and the glass etched glasses. So none of these things we're going to be waiting on. They won't be delayed. I've already bought the stock for them. I've already made them, and I'll make more as we have more added on to the campaign.
Yeah, I got a friend that has a company called Moto Glass. He sets up out at Arrowhead all the time.
Oh, sweet.
At the farmer's market. And I mean,
yeah.
It's just all glass.
That's so awesome. I just think it's such a unique thing. And people always need cups and glasses, and, they break, they get worn down.
Yeah. He's got some amazing stuff, though. Like, you know that the logo of the Rebel and the Empire logos that fall apart into the ships?
Yeah.
He etched that on glass.
Oh, that's so cool.
He's so good. It's amazing. He's crazy good at it. But, I mean, he's been doing it forever and done, so freaking many different things. It's crazy. He did Crom. He did Crom on a glass for me.
Wow, that is so cool.
I gave it away to somebody as a giveaway during one of our, during one of the Crom cons. I gave it away to somebody. But it was, he's the only person that ever put Crom on a glass.
Oh, that's awesome, though. Yeah, I just wanted something unique. Like, that's what I really focused on this time, is I wanted to give something people that they couldn't just get with every old Kickstarter or just go to the store and pick it up. Like, I wanted to have, give them something they could use, that they're not just putting up in there, or that they would want to wear, something that's like, I'll wear this because it's cool. And even if people don't know what Wolf and I is, like, it's a cool logo. And so, yes. We did button pins with the first and second. Yeah. That's for sure. That's one of our stretch goals, is to add in a button pin. And so we hit the stretch goal last campaign and with the first Kickstarter for button pins. And so I'm excited to bring it on and make button pins again this year. Hopefully we get there. We're getting closer.
Cool. I'm getting messages from people I guess to promote their book or something. But I'm like, hey, I'm kind of busy right now.
It's all good. It happens.
Well, I mean, I get messages from people I've never heard of before that find out that this is what I do, and they'll send me the link to their book, and they'll be like, "Hey, promote my book," and it's like, "Hey,
I
I'll
don't know
talk to
you.
you in a little while, okay?" Because I'm kind
Yeah.
of busy right now. But at the same time, tomorrow is sign up for CromCon 19,
Sweet. Oh, that's super
Tomorrow.
exciting.
2 p.m. Eastern. The last weekend of the month, which of course is Thanksgiving weekend. So
Mhm.
I'm not like expecting everybody to sign right up because I know everybody don't know what their plans are going to be. But it's 30
Yeah.
minutes out of your weekend. It's not like we're asking you to hang out all day. But if you want to sign up, let me know which day works for you, Saturday or Sunday. We'll get you the time slot that works best for you. Or if Lisa wants to grab another hour, kicking off one of them evening segments, you guys are all more than welcome to come back out again.
Yeah, that would be really great. It was so much fun being on it before and, getting to be with everybody and seeing everybody. And the exciting thing is that is like the weekend, like 1 week before the campaign ends. We
Yeah.
are doing some Black Friday, Cyber Monday, like specials that we're going to be having. And so we'll announce them as we get closer, but we're excited for that.
We're also doing a Black Friday art auction.
Ooh, fun.
Art auction. Helping everybody sell whatever, I mean, I don't care if I'm helping you guys make money, people like you make money. That's what my job
Yeah,
is.
it just feels so good.
I have a blast. Now we did an art auction a while back, and we had Alexia Veldhusen from 47 Furious Tales come out and sell pages, original pages from their books. Did great. We had people come out and sell stuff for comic books for kids, donate the money to the charity. We had people
that's
come
awesome.
out and bought art from Dan Monroe that went toward his charity, Captain Wallace. All kinds of good things going on during the art auction. So, you're more than welcome to let your friends know. Want to sell a piece of art, even if it's to donate to a charity, that's fine. Your charity, don't have to be mine. I love anything that has to do with charities for kids.
Yeah.
All that. I'm a sponsor of Comic Books for Kids, and I'm a proud sponsor of Comic Book for Kids. So, what is up? What's up? M-Force the Master.
Ooh.
I like that. M-Force the Master.
I like that too. No, I get that. I have always been, the leader of running our March of Dimes for the NICU, helping raise stuff for the little NICU babies. I've been a part of, charity groups here in Arizona, and I've helped with like Kids Need to Read, passing out books. So it means so much to me to be able to do something like that to help get kids interested into comics, get parents back into comics, help support families and healthy habits with that. You're on mute again.
I'm a huge believer in the next generation of comic book fans.
Mm-hmm.
A huge believer in the next generation of comic book creatives. We got 4 perspectives in the house, so hopefully eventually I get one of them, at least one of them. Comic, but
right?
They all love what you guys do.
Yeah.
I got them drawing stuff, like stuff that you guys do. Like I have a drawing that Dory did of Crom.
Oh,
and
cool.
then my granddaughter Sophia did a Crom based on Dory's Crom. You know what I mean? Because everybody does their own version of Crom. Well,
but if we don't get kids interested in comics today, they're not going to be interested in comics as adults. And if we want to keep this generation of comics going, we have to pass it on to the new generation that comics are still cool, and that, comics and graphic novels and books, are a way to help you deal with your
Comics are
day-to-day problems.
way cooler now than they were when I was a kid.
Yeah. They have just
Way
dramatic,
freaking
and there's
cooler.
so many more characters that are relatable. It's not your boxed in 4 creators creating comics. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands, if not more, of indie creators coming out with comics every single day in different universes with different mindsets, with different backgrounds that people can all relate to.
Yep, and it's wonderful. There's so many good ones out there too for kids.
Mhm.
Cookies and Scream,
Yeah.
Misfits Clubhouse.
Yes,
There's
yes.
so many cool ones
Dutch
out there.
Dutchin he's putting out the Wayfarer is another one that's really cool that he's working on. It's another he's did one of my covers for Wolf and I, and so he's got one that just funded, and it's another like female strong led comic too. Just empowering girls to get into comics.
What's up, Ninja? What's happening? We are checking out right now Wolf and I by our friend Krysta Crawford, who we just recently met. She was at CromCon last weekend. It was awesome. Now, okay, yeah, let me get this. This is the one she was just talking about. Where is it? What's up, Ollie?
Hi, Ollie.
You guys all popping in now. What's happening? Yeah, this is the one she was just talking about. Artwork by Dutch, The Wayfarer.
So his is this really cool comic about a young girl who skateboards, who has magical powers, and it's just your typical not your typical superhero, but also has really great like superhero aspects mixed with fantasy, mixed with like your teenager who's skateboarding and doing her thing. It's so great. I'm so excited to read it.
We're about to get swamped by munchkins. I'm just letting you know.
Hi, Doc Blaylock. Yay,
Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
Oh, hey, dude, you just headbutted your sister. Jeez. All right, chill out. You guys, no rowdy in Grandpa's room. Sophia, I got to show you something real quick. Check this out. Look, Sophia trading card. Do you see where it said Sophia trading card? There's somebody in this book named Sophia. There is.
Sophia. I need to go upstairs. Sophia.
Look. Which one do you think is Sophia?
The one with the brown hair?
The one with the brown hair? I don't know. Is that
the one
right?
with the blonde hair.
The one with the blonde hair.
Oh, wow.
But her name is Sophia. Spelled just like yours.
Yep.
That's how it was a purple looks like Emma.
Look, it does look like your sister, doesn't it?
I thought the purple was Sophia, though.
The purple one is Violet.
That's Violet.
A pretty name.
You like that name? You want that book?
Maybe.
It's called Wolf and I.
Sophia, I maybe if you go
Huh?
upstairs.
You want it?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. All right. Maybe.
Yeah.
Kids maybe approval. I'll take it.
Sophia.
You want it? Yeah.
Sophia.
Hey, I get hugs, boy. Come here, give me a hug and go to bed.
I want Snoopy.
All right. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow.
Hold on.
You want what? You want to show her Snoopy?
Snoopy.
Snoopy. She's got Snoopy on her. Hold up. No, she's got a Snoopy shirt on.
Oh, that's awesome. And a
she's got this little Snoopy dude. Ice cream too, huh?
Ooh, yum.
Snoopy and ice cream. It says "Stay cool" on the shirt. Here you go. Put Snoopy back on the shelf. Yes, I have Snoopies. I have a whole bunch of Snoopies. This is my dude.
Bring the camera.
No, I'm not bringing the camera over there. There's a whole bunch of them over there, though. Disrupt the show! It's their job. It is their job to disrupt the show.
It is. You know what? Kids are gonna be kids, and we gotta love them.
Oh yeah, and she's the one that I was just talking about that took a picture that Dory had drawn of Crom, the ballerina Crom.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you see the ballerina Crom's face, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so here comes Sophia, and she did her based on Dory's, right?
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah.
So there it is. It's like the inspiration flows from you guys
Oh, it's so good to see
through
kids
me
getting
to the
into
kids,
comics
and
and
it,
art.
I'm having a blast. I get to involve the kids in what we're doing here. That's
And they
that
love to be
lives.
involved. They love that.
Oh yeah, it's. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but we have a show called First Timer Spotlight
Ooh,
where
no, I
we bring
haven't. I
somebody out.
skipped that one.
We bring somebody out that's it's their first time doing a campaign,
Mm,
or if they're just new to the scene, right? So
yeah.
we brought Marmalade out. Are you familiar with
Mm-mm.
Marmalade?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you need to go to talk to RJ Carter at Critical
Okay.
Blast and tell him you'd like to be interviewed by Marmalade.
Okay.
Marmalade is a puppet.
Ooh,
A puppet. And
sweet.
we had him on our show, and the
Yeah.
kids all interviewed him. And they all sat here, all four of my grandkids sat here and interviewed Marmalade. And during the show, they drew Marmalade. It was just,
Oh,
dude, it was such a great show. And you can still see it on the channel.
yeah.
There's only like 10 or 12 first timer spotlight shows, so it's easy to
Yeah.
find. But man, it is just great. You need to be interviewed by Marmalade.
All
He does
right,
all the he does
I'll
all
have
the
to reach
kids
out.
shows. He
Yeah.
does all the kids shows. Like RJ doesn't let Marmalade do the more adult oriented stuff because Marmalade's only 9.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so Marmalade gets to do the interviews for all the kids stuff.
The
and he
kid
all
stuff.
is.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, that's definitely up my alley, especially with a teen rated book. I would love to be interviewed by Marmalade. We
Oh
can
yeah.
talk about
Okay,
all the
so
fun things.
I think it's even at Marmalade on Twitter.
Okay, I'll have to
I
look
think
that up. If not, you can send it to me on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I will
You've got my
definitely hook you up with RJ. You see, this is where you're going to find this other circuit of shows that you might not be
Yes.
aware of
Yeah.
that come from the madness. You see, one of the
You know,
things I'm
we're
big
all
on,
part of the madness.
yeah, well, and one of the
We're all
things
a
I'm
little
really
mad
big
here.
on is making sure that everybody knows that there's a network here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just my show. I promote
Yes.
everybody's shows too
Yeah.
because I want you guys to get in front of all those other audiences, not just mine.
Well, and that's how you're going to reach a broader audience. That's how you're going to find people that are interested in your genre of book. Because trust me, I know, like, fantasy, like young adult teen fantasy isn't everybody's cup of tea. Although some people are big comic, just cover collectors. And I've got some pretty epic artists for cover collectors out there. And then I've got some good interiors for people who want a wholesome young adult, comic. But it's reaching those people that are interested. Not everybody's interested in a Spider-Man comic, or not everybody interested in a horror comic, but there are groups of people that's what they want and that's what they're looking for, and all of that good things.
Now, I was gonna say also, like I said, we have a bunch of shows. Now, you know Sam Barra at Catch the Craze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've heard of him.
Will Pace at Creators Outlet, RJ at Critical Blast. You got Shay and Cy over at Red Valkyrie. There's tons of them, and I try to make sure that anytime they're live, I put their shows up in the madness so you guys can find them. They're all approachable.
Yeah.
Hit them up. If you're not sure and you want me to get in the middle of it, I can do that too. But they're all approachable. They're all cool. They're all looking for content, just like me. You got a whole month.
This is the nice thing. Yep. And I've got
Okay?
time. I
Yeah.
want to be on reach as many people. This is my passion project, but there is no reason it can't be immensely successful.
That's right. And that's what I'm saying. We need to get you seen by as many people as possible. So there you have it. A wonderful hour with Krysta Crawford, everybody. Go check out Wolf and I. There was a tier for Ketchup, right?
There's Tears for Ketchup that have my cover as the third book, but if anybody wants to get one of the variant covers and get Ketchup books, they're available as add-ons. All the pins, t-shirt, and swag are also available as add-ons. Everything else is in the tiers.
Okay, because I'd have to start at the beginning. That's just everybody knows that's I'm not jumping in the middle of the story. I just show the kids book one. If they like book one, then we talk about book two. I mean, this it's man.
Book one was definitely a learning journey. Book two and book three are just so much better. And I think that is that way with Ketchup. I think that's the way with anything that you do, though, as an artist. You start somewhere. It may not be amazing and the best, but you keep growing, you keep learning, you keep getting better, and you look back at where you were and you're like, okay, there were things I could have fixed, but you know what? That's where I was, and look at where I am now.
Right.
And I think you really see that transitioning from issues 1, 2, and 3 of the comic.
Cool. Now, I don't know if you know of Oliver and what Oliver does, but
I don't know.
They got a little book called Cryptid Knolls on Indiegogo that is the art's pretty amazing. Just throwing it out there, y'all. Cryptid Knolls. They get a couple different books. The 656 crew is a really awesome team, man. They got some great stuff going on down there. They're one of the people that we like to promote on the regular. So glad to see you popping up in the chat.
Yeah.
Ted's still there, but Christy is on TED Talks first. Yes, she will be. Yes, she will be. So there you have it, y'all. Krysta, Wolf and I, Tides of Truth. Check it out.
It speaks for itself.
There you go. There you go. I don't. Let's see. Let me check my I don't have anything until I have Sam Vera on Friday.
Ooh.
So, wow, I might actually have
I
should
hook you up with Dutch, and you guys can talk about the Wayfair. Ooh.
Yes.
I'll send you his contact.
Yes, by all means. If it's active, we get it up there and get people looking at it.
It's active. It's running. It just hit funded. This is his first issue of his comic. This is his first Kickstarter ever, and I'm so excited and proud
my first timer spotlight on for the week. There it is. Yeah, definitely.
I'll send you his contact. He's amazing, an amazing artist, and he actually is one of the flatters for many of the people in the industry, especially. And so it's exciting to kind of bring somebody to the spotlight that's had their hands on so many different projects. But I feel like sometimes our flatters and our letterers sometimes get swept under the rug, and nobody knows who they are.
We put his name in that yellow bubble right there. First timer spotlight on, and then we do the show. That's how we do it.
Yeah, that would be great.
That show is not. It's not like a scheduled show. It can be any night. So anytime I find a first timer, I'm like, let me know when you can be on. We'll set it up. So
fantastic. I'll give you the hookup for him. That would be so fantastic.
And then there's that guy too. Y'all check out sign up sheet for Doc's book. Check it out. Yes. All right, I'm going to get out of here. It was great talking to you.
It was great talking to you too. Thank you so much for having me on.
And this will be up as the featured video for the next few days till the next time I do a show. So we will have replay audience. Replay audience, go back this book. How's it?
Hail Sophia.
There you go. Yeah.
It's gonna be a question of Sophia or Violet. Who's your favorite character? No, but we do have a competition going on Twitter right now. If anybody checks out Fleur de Villainy on Twitter, they can vote for their favorite variant cover, and I'm giving free extra comps and extra swag to whichever cover gets the most hearts and reshares.
Nice. So see that, and that was another thing. I forgot to come to that. So she's looking out for the people that are doing stuff for us. Whoever the people vote on, they're going to get some extra stuff. And you artists and people that put in the work deserve extra stuff.
They do. They really do.
I like that. Man, outside the box, Krysta, you there? I like it.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you too, Ollie.
Yeah, definitely. And they do shows too. You never know. I mean, I'm just saying. Everybody backs everybody up. Everybody supports everybody. Everybody helps. Everybody gets seen. That's what it's about. The Madness Comic Network. All right, I'm going to play commercials. You're going to be Krysta. I'm going to be Pops. We're going to be great. They're going to be great. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Where's my commercials at? Where did I leave off at? Oh, yeah, I was right there. Check it out.
Sunsworn Wings of Vengeance is funding now on Indiegogo. Don't miss this action-packed space fantasy adventure sure to rekindle your love for the genre. Get it now on Indiegogo or just go to sunsworn.com.
You know what's up. It was Monday Madness.
Hey, it's Belle from Liberty Entertainment Distribution. We've got quality indie comics in hand ready to ship to you now. Yes, really. And it gets better. At Liberty, publishers set their own wholesale pricing, and we don't take any fees, so don't wait. Call or visit me today at ledg.us or call 1-800-525-2091.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add